Hello everybody, Defudge 3004 here. I am in Savage Lands, and I was playing with a friend last night, and in my last video I said that the palm fronds were the only thing that could be used with the notation that you could place the fibrous leaves in there, and so that really does work. My friend just happened to actually find out by mistake. She was playing the game and she just put some in there by accident, and so that actually worked out really good for her, and then she found out. So that was one of the good things, and she also set up several of these on her world, and every now and then you'll get a bird snared in there, and then you can get free food. So not free food, but you'll get extra food. So that is a good thing to do. So let's go ahead and look at that. So let's go to C and let's look at the hunting, the crafting, and then we go to the paw, and there's a bird snare and a fish trap. Bird snare is a rock, 3 lashings and 2 sticks, and that's all there is to it, and you just set it up wherever you want to, and it's not that big of a deal. And while I was playing, she was interested in the raft and all kinds of stuff like that, because she's wanting to not use that yellow thing because it's a pain in the rear end to do things with. And you can just go with this one and not have to worry about it or anything. So I was playing and everything, and I attached a few more pieces. I put a tire section over here, and I put a tire section over here, and I did just the same way, putting it up on the rocks and just attaching them. Then I put 2 up here on the front, just like last time we were playing. So what I'm going to plan on doing is making it like big out this way in the front also. I don't know if I can put anything on the back, but I can sure try and just leave it like open around the rudder area. So that might be something that I look at. And another thing that I was doing too, which actually worked out really well, and she said something about doing it, and I was like, that's probably a pretty good idea. So when the bats are in the trees at night, just take your spear, and like if that's a bat, that's all you have to do, and you get yourself a bat. And that works out really good. And you also end up picking up a spear, I think. Maybe not. Let me drop this coconut. So I lost my spear if I do that. So you want to make sure to pick up the spear before you just go picking it up without picking up the item that the spear's in, because otherwise you may end up losing that spear. So I did go over to that island. I killed the snakes, and I didn't take any real crates or anything with me. So let's go over there and let's go and see about picking up some loot over there. And then I'm gonna have to put the snakes on the raft and see if that works. So let's just go ahead and see. There's nothing in this one. How much do I have on my character? I could probably drop a few things here. Gonna have to eat a little bit of food. That's one of the birds that I caught on my snare thing over here. So as far as I can tell, the Pippi does not respawn yet. I have not seen it respawn, so that's kind of like a bummer, but it may. I just have not seen it do it yet. So, it is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and get a drink and eat this coconut, and then we are going to head over there. So we will be picking up some stuff and just seeing if we can perhaps get some more stuff to bring back here, and maybe even start setting up a base. Remember not to eat just the coconuts or whatever, because it'll make you sick. You'll have problems that you need Pepto-Bismol for, if you know what I mean. So eat like the meat, eat the coconuts, eat like a variety of stuff, the potatoes and whatever. Just be careful cooking the potatoes all the way. Eat the little Kira fruits or whatever they are, Kiwawas and all that stuff. That way you have a balanced diet, because if you just eat coconuts in real life, you're going to get sick as a dog. So, just try to keep that in mind. And I'm going to empty out some of my inventory if I can. I don't know what all I'm going to drop. I have enough rocks here for right now. Let me just go and drop that. And I may need the spears, but I can always get more over there from the sticks. So those are really easy to get. And I don't think I need the hammer. Excuse me, sorry about that. So I am going to empty out these crates and take those with me, and then we're going to go over there. So as soon as I get uploaded and get over to that other island, I will see you guys then. One of the problems with this boat right now is because it's kind of heavy on the backside, it's like lifting up pretty bad. So I want to try to get like some more weight up front to help it do better when we're sailing around. And the current seems to be going that way, so if I park a boat on this side, it just shoves it up against the island, so I don't have to worry about the boat sailing away. So look for the current, see which way it's parking on, then just park your boat on the opposite side, and I just have to face it out this way when I want to go out instead of facing it towards the island, because I just end up ramming right into the island. That's not good for going anywhere, obviously, because you know it's kind of a beach boat. Okay, so I made it over to the other island, and these are the 2 snakes that I killed. So I did get rid of them, and so I'm going to gather up like rocks and everything else. And last time we were here, remember we set up the stick with the crab, and so that's all right there. So if you guys are building something, try not to build too close to where these things are, otherwise it'll grab the items that are around it. So just try to be really careful with that kind of stuff, because then you lose your stick and whatever. You're like, wait, where did that stick go? So I'm gonna see about like gathering up like the aloe, and I'm not really too worried about like the palm fronds now, because I know that I can get these little pine trees and the yuccas all over the place, and I don't have to worry about any of that. I should probably bring my pick over, but I didn't, so I guess I'm just gonna have to not do that, and I will bring it over and get like some of the rock and all that kind of stuff. But if these things regrow pretty fast, so you can just have that for your water and definitely get a huge stack of them, because they're a lot easier than trying to get the pine trees, plus or the palm trees. Plus this one doesn't seem to have a lot of palm trees. So I'm gonna go and put those crates down, and one down there, and one down there, and one down there, and one down there. And then I can just go ahead and see about no, don't do that. There we go. Filling these up with whatever I want to. So the snakes won't be able to go in there, as I said, but I can get a lot of the other things in there, like the rocks and whatnot. So I'm going to walk around, gather up these supplies, and we are going to fill this up, and I'm going to gather up all that I can here, and then we might even go to another island as long as I kind of be careful. So I'm not really too worried about the coconuts because they're a decent food source, but I will gather up a lot of the other stuff as I just said. So I will see you guys here in just a minute. So remember when putting things in these crates to press tab and then go to the backpack to either move things in or out. And then that's a really good way just to remember how to do that. So remember everything stacks to 4. So anything that you don't want to be storing in there, that like 1 or 2 things, just, you know, make sure you get like 4 of them or whatever. Also the bats stack, so you can pick up the bats and they will actually go into your inventory here, so that's actually a really good thing too. So I just thought that I'd point that out to you guys so that you guys were aware of that. Okay, now this one is full. I can't put anything more in this one because there's only 3 slots per crate, but that's still 3 more slots than what we had, so we need to remember to leave at least 3 slots open, and then we can, or 4 slots actually, so that way we can carry one in our hand, and then we'll be able to operate the boat just fine too. So kind of works funky that way, but you know, whatever. So I gathered up rocks as you saw, and some crabs that I had killed when I was over here before. So And you can also use your spear on the crabs too. That works just fine. I did that one of my first videos, so just so you guys can see that. Go back and watch that video if you're interested in one. It's one of the first ones that I released, first or second one. So just go back if you're interested in seeing that kind of thing, and catch up on my videos and see how I do stuff, so that I won't have to constantly go back and repeat myself with things that I want to keep moving forward and not always go back and talk about things that I've already done. I'm gonna keep gathering supplies, and then I'm probably going to go to another island. So I went to the other island. We just came from that one right back there. I know it's kind of hard to see, but there is an island right back there behind the raft. And our home island is over there. So don't be afraid to set up another base or something on another island, like your water distillery or stuff like that. So that way you have a place to get your food and water and stuff like that. Because if you are on an island for a while, then you may need to do something like that. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that's all right. Do that if you guys feel like you need to or want to. It isn't going to hurt anything, and then you guys will know that you are going to be okay. So one of these is full, and this should be this one right here, so I can't put any more in it. And I got some corrugated, some aloe, and of course a few more rocks in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can scavenge this island and probably get something else to drink and stuff, because my health, my food and water is a little bit low. I may see if there's any tarps or something on here. And this is the way that I came from, and of course I just parked over there is all, but this is I came from that island, so I kind of marked the way. And I'm going to explore this island, and as soon as I get that done, then we'll probably head back and see if we can have any more birds or whatever. I'm not noticing any bats on this island, but it could be because we don't have a base set up or a campfire or something like that. So I could also get some of these guys and cook up some food and stuff like that. Since they're going to be trapped, and some of them are, then that would actually be a really easy thing to do. So I'm going to gather some sticks and maybe make a campfire and cook up some food and explore a wreck here, or a wreck or two, and then continue on our way. So I'm on this wreck right here, and it's actually up on the beach, so it's actually going to get really easy to get into. And so you just grab a hold of this yellow bar and then hoist yourself in. Here are some buoy balls, and I'm going to see about making my raft a little bit bigger. But first I want to explore this. Let's see what's in here. Ooh, some more planks. I already have some on me, so now I have 2 planks right down here. And another fishing spear, which is always good, because I don't think they stack. Ooh, but they might. I was hoping for another tarp, so that way I can make some water, and electrical vehicle part, and lashing. So let's just go ahead and take these. Now I should have enough room. Now some of these things are going to stack, others are not. Now I don't have room for anything else, so what I'm going to have to do, you can pick these up, but they're 5, so they're only stacked to 4. So what I'm going to do is just go and bust these guys open, and then I will come back and pick these guys up and then make a raft out of them. And then I can attach it to my raft. So I'm going to look at doing that, and then we can, like I said, continue the journey. So I do have a hand free, so I can put one more of these in, and I believe that there's one more here, but I don't remember. So I just want to make sure that I'm seeing where I'm walking, so I don't step into something that I didn't mean to. And again, I gotta get my pick so I can come over and get all these rocks and all that stuff, because these things are going to help us out to make a lot more stuff a little bit later. So, again, make sure you pull your raft up onto the beach unless you want to go swimming after it. You can swim from island to island if you don't like using that yellow dinghy, but it can be dangerous, so just so you know. So the spears do stack, and right here I have the 2 spears, or the fishing spears, just like the regular spears do. So I am going to make a water still, and hopefully not get hit by any, snakes if I can at all help it. I do plan on getting the potatoes and that kind of stuff going, so that way I have some food and also the biofuel. Because I'm going to need that if I'm going to continue this game, because this game is about getting off of the islands and actually going and, you know, surviving and getting back home. So I apparently picked up this aloe vera, so let me get some sticks and a few other things, and we will continue this adventure. And there's like 2 or 3 rocks on here to mine, so that's going to help us out a lot. And I can make spears out of them, but I think for right now I'm actually not going to get as worried about that. So I should have 3 sticks. And like I said, make sure that you remember the one that you're carrying, you add to the stack, because sometimes I end up forgetting and I'm like, well, what happened to the other stick that I had? Oh yeah, I'm carrying it, aren't I? So sometimes I just carry something else that only stacks to 1, and then that way I don't have to worry about it. As soon as I can get like a palm tree cut down, get a palm frond, and I need 3 rocks and palm frond and a coconut flask. I'm gonna have a lashing for the coconut flask, so I do got to make a few things, and I'll set up a water distillery and possibly a campfire and get this going. And of course, pick up the fibrous leaves and all that stuff, because that's going to come in really handy. And I might even just go and pick up like these ajugas and stuff like that, so that way I have extra supplies, because those things never hurt. And we can farm stuff. We can make farms and all that kind of stuff, you know, crop plots to be able to get that thing. So we can plant, you know, the ajugas and the pippies and all that stuff. So that's going to come in really handy. And then when we need it, hopefully we will have it. But we got to, the value word. Looks like there's a couple of them here. So if I could get about 4 of them, here's some more potatoes. Now you can also put these in your inventory too. Okay, so they don't show up as anything like that, but you can put them in your inventory, so you can carry 4 bunches like that. When you put them down, they're kind of a little bulky, but you can do it. So I just wanted to point that out so you guys knew about those things, because that's always a handy tip, handy advice. All right, let's go and drop that, and then we will drop probably the coconuts to keep some room on our inventory. And now I need some more lashings, so I'm going to gather some of those, because I'm going to need at least 2 lashings. And it's because I need 1 for the coconut, and I need 1 just for the water still itself. So, and I already have the tarp, so, and I need some sticks, which I do have on me, and then we will make that, get some water going, and maybe cook up some food, get one of the piggies, and okay, good. Now I'm gonna have an extra 1 of these, and that's perfectly fine. See, lashing. So that went on my other lashing. Now I'm not gonna make like a whole bunch of them, because you know there really is no point in that. I could, but these things actually stack up way farther than the lashings do, because they only go to 4, and these go to 24 for the palm fronds. So do remember to try to get the bushes that have the fruits on them, because that's a good food source. And like I said, you don't have to worry about cooking those. So I'm going to bust up this guy real quick, so I can get those fronds. Okay, now I got that. And now let's see about making this. What else do I need? I need, okay, I have a palm frond, 3 rocks. Pick up a palm frond, and let's gather 3 rocks. 1, oh, I guess I'm full. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this 1 lashing, or this thing right here, and then I will get those rocks, and we are going to make that and start getting some water going because my character is starting to get really tired and really thirsty. And you stay away from me, Krabby Patty. And we'll get that. Do that. Set that up over here. Get some food. Maybe even make a shelter over here so that way we can sleep and things like that. So, okay, can't make it with that, but now we have that. So, let's set up the water still. Let's just put that right there. Add the fibers. So, we have this, and we also have these. So, let's just go ahead and put that in there. And because that is a fiber, we can use that. It doesn't say to use palm fronds, it just says use fibers. But I had always thought that you could only use the palm fronds because that's kind of what I was shown and what they said. So, but I didn't realize you could use the fibers. My friend found that out quite by accident. She put it in there not thinking, but it worked. So as long as it works, that's what matters. Alright, there was a piggy that was stuck over here. He's still right there. So let's just go ahead and make some spears and get him. Might as well just go and make 4 spears. That way they stack and it's a lot easier to deal with. We have like a zillion spears back at our base, but that's not going to help us out right now. So... one more. No? Got him. And let's go and see what a campfire is going to entail. Okay, 4 sticks, so we can do that. And as I've said before, because we're going to have so many materials, let's, actually, you know what? If we can gather these sticks, that saved me from wearing out me axe. And then, you know, I don't have to build another one of those. See, fire pit. Campfire. We'll just set that up right there. Now we need to get some more sticks because we need to make oh, there we go. Some kindling. There we go. Let's make kindling. There we go. Now we can do this, get our piggy cooked up because we are getting super thirsty and kind of really hungry. So drink and pick up those, put those in here. The more you put in, you know, a maximum of 4, but if you only put in 1, you only get 1 drink of water. So try to keep that in mind. And I have the kindling, so let's go ahead and get this guy. And of course we're going to get some hide. So we have that.
Oh,
so
gross.
Put that in one of the crates. So, and then we're going to get 1 piece of meat. And let's cook up this 1 piece of meat for sure. Come back over here. Get the kindling. And we'll do this. And then come on. There we go. Q. Meat. Q. Pick it up. Put it right on there. And we can always like stand here and hold this if we need to. It's going to take a lot longer to cook than the small meat. The small meat cooks really quick. The medium meat takes a lot longer to cook, and the large meat takes an even longer time to cook. Now, what I'd like to do is eventually be able to make the smoker because you can cook 5 pieces of meat at one time. So that's going to really help us out a lot. So let's get some more fibrous leaves so we can put that in our water thing. And then we are good to go. So I'm going to gather the leaves and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just spent the night on the island. And now I am all rested up, or at least I should be. So, yeah, I'm mostly rested up, and now I need some food and water. and get that. And I should have some more fibrous leaves, so that's full. And now let's just go ahead and cook up this last little bit of meat. And so it's going to be the last piece of meat from this guy, but at least we have it. So, and we will pick up the kindling and go to that and light the fire. And we'll cook up this meat, and then we'll probably gather up our resources that we have here and take off and try to make it back home. So let's switch to that and drop that. That guy up there. See if you can stay up there or not. Sometimes the sounds will be off. So if you guys happen to notice like the sounds are off from where I am, it does happen. Apparently there's something a little bit messed up. So it is cooking, so I'm not really as worried about that. So I'm going to see about what all can I put away. I can put those spears away, and I can put the hide away, and there's 4 spears here. So okay, I can't put any more in there, and this one's almost full, so let's just go ahead and put the spears in there. And I'm also holding a spear. So what did I do that for? Right here. It should be putting him in there. I don't know why it's not. Oh, because I was right clicking, not left clicking. I knew that. Now, corrugated scrap. Remember to go to your hand. There we go. So now we have a lot of supplies to take back with us, and we have a little shelter here, so we have plenty of food and water. And our food's down a little bit, our water is definitely down some. So, and again, these fibers are so easy to get. So next time we come here, we'll have lots of water, lots of food. So our food and water is doing really good. Our food will be doing good here in just a minute when we put this meat back up on there. And hopefully you'll stay on there for a while this time. And just remember to make sure that it says cooked meat of whatever size it is, or the cooked potatoes or whatever. So I'm not going to take the trunks with me. I'm not going to take the wood with me, because we can get lots of wood and lots of trunks and all those other things. So we did gather quite a few supplies, so that way we are ready for the next time. There are several down trees because I took them down because, you know, I needed the fronds and stuff like that. There's plenty of sticks and rocks left over here to come and collect, so I think we'll have enough stuff for a while, but I'm not noticing like a lot of the Pippi and stuff like that respawning. It doesn't mean that it won't, it just means I'm not noticing it. So, and of course, we are going to have to deal with him, so yeah, apparently snakes do respawn, so let's just make some more of these. And of course, we can always leave these here too, if need be. See, 1, 2, 3. And let's take care of him. He is not happy with this at all. Got him. He's gone. And we also have a little bit more meat should we need it, so try not to like find another one, because we are running out of Pippi and stuff. Drop you over there. This should be done. Nope, not yet. But we're still doing okay. That will definitely fill us up. So that's good. So we did find the one snake, and there may be another one. So let's kind of see if we can look around for him. The meat will be done right now. So let's go back here, get the meat, eat that up, and then we will probably end up getting ready to call this an episode. But you guys can see I want to get those buoy balls off and build another piece on the boat. So, on my raft is what I mean. So, so F. You can see it's 3 down, so let's eat this. And now it's up, and it says I'm healthy. Let me get those buoy balls off and make another lashing, and I'll show you guys if we can. We should be able to put another piece on the front there. That shouldn't be too hard to do. It's gonna storm, so let's find a place to drop these. And let's go Q. Oops. Where'd it go? Okay. There's 3. It's landed right up on here. How's that? I forgot to not drop these fast. I'm not even taking my own advice from way earlier. Shame on me. Over here. Now the seas are going to get really rough. I'm going to get some lashings. I turned the storm down so that way we can hear what's going on. So, that's going to help us out a lot. So I don't have to yell and, raise my voice for you guys just to be able to hear. And remember to watch your durability on all these things because it does matter. Because if it breaks in the middle of something, you're probably not going to like that as much. So, and of course, as always, make sure you step carefully and look around. And, I got bit by that snake because I didn't realize he was on the other side of those rocks, and I really had no way to know he was there except after I stepped on him. We do this. I don't have a hammer. Shoot. What does it take to make a hammer? Let's see. It takes... A primitive hammer is 2 rocks, 1 stick, and a lashing. Okay, I will make a hammer. Be right back. Okay, so I had to lift the raft up a little bit just to make it go on because it wouldn't go on because there was just the ground was in the way. If you remember from my previous video. So you can see right there that is all we got to do is do that, and now we have an even bigger raft. And then we can get sticks and all that kind of stuff, and again make another floor and stuff like that, and put on whatever pieces we want to and make it even bigger. And something else that we can also add to the raft is so under raft movement, we can also make an anchor, which is 4 lashings, 1 stick, and 6 rocks. So that might be something that we look for in the next episode of Stranded Deep as we continue our journey. And then what that's going to help us do is, so if we want to come out here, we will be able to actually, get in these wrecks a lot easier without having to worry about all of the other things that are going to try to move us around and stuff. So I have several of the compasses, so we are well on our way to knowing where we are going. Here's another crate, so let's just go and pick him up, and I'm full. So I'm going to come back out here, drop some stuff, and we are going to probably be ending the episode. I'm going to see, getting that crate, bring that up, and let's see what all I can drop. Okay, I have some tarps, so let's go ahead and put that into one of these, not that one. We can put that in this one. And these tarps did respawn, so that was a good thing. And actually what I can do is just go and leave my hammers here. That way I have something to build with, and also if I get lost, I can just go and leave my compass here as well, because I do have 2 over there. And we can go and have one more drink. Okay, now let's come out here and let's see about getting this. And then we're going to be ending the episode. So, out here, swim out here, and we get all my spears just in case. You never know. So this boat is on its side, and we can come inside. Let me actually get out my torch so we can see. And I'm going to pick you up. And I don't think there's going to be anything else on here that we can, get or do. So, it doesn't really look like it. So, we did get another crate, so that's actually really good. And there's nothing else in here. So, that's one more wreck that we got. So, we can also do like the spear fishing and all that kind of stuff. You can make a spear gun. You can make, let me go over this for a second real quick with you guys. So, press C and then you go to crafting and you go to like your tools. So you can see that there's like fishing spear, of course, refined spear, which is probably going to be better than the regular spears. A fire torch, a hoe for the farming, fishing rod, a fishing bobber, which you need one of those things you put on the raft right now, a bow, arrows, spear gun, and you need spear gun arrows, so you can do a lot of hunting underwater and stuff. Remember, everything does break down after a time. And then with the forge you can make bricks, and then we can make planks, and we could just do all kinds of stuff. And that's just under that tab. So under this tab we can make furnace, brick station, plank station, fuel still for when we are ready to have motors and stuff, hobo stove, smokers. There are a lot of things on here. And then they don't have beds, but they do have sleeping bags, so we can pick this up and take this with us and sleep when we need to. A hook for fishing, a shelf, all kinds of shelves here, tables and chairs, and we can set up a really nice place. And then under the houses we have foundations and just all kinds of different foundations, and the floors and walls and windows and arches and doors and steps and roofs. So this is just under a couple of the things. And we can also, here's the rafts. Now here's a gyrocopter, so we need the gyrocopter frame and the seat and the these are parts, so we need to find these parts somewhere, somehow, some way, and then gyrocopter motor and all of this. So let me drop this crate here real quick, and let's look inside this guy. So tab, okay, here's a lantern, good, and here's a bit good. So I'll have another one of these at the base and some more duct tape. So this is actually really good. So that's a lot of material that we can take back with us. But do we have 5 spaces? It's okay. So that one's full. That one's gonna be full. That one doesn't have much in it. So let's just go and drop this. Oops, no. Pick it up. Go to here and there we go. And then go to your hand and go to here and put this in there. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we do have enough spaces for everything. So let's just go and pick these guys up, and I'm going to be saving it before we head back out. And I have 1 space left, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is going to be my hand. So let's save the game, and we will be headed back, not that way to that island, but over to that island, our home base. So this is the Fudge 3004. This is Stranded Deep. Thank you for joining me here. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, please, with whatever social media you have. And I'm also available on Twitch. Just look up the Fudge 3004. I do some streaming, mainly 7 Days to Die. So if you guys are interested in that, it's just all lowercase to Fudge and then 3004. So I just thought I'd give you guys a heads up there. So yeah, this is how we build our raft, and we'll put some more floors on and try to build an anchor and do things like that, so you guys can see how well this is coming along. It's a gigantic raft. Remember, each piece is only going to be as wide as one of these, so if you want a big huge raft, make sure that you put other pieces on, but you have to lift it up so it can be built. I wouldn't be able to put one on here because of the rocks being in the way, but I can put one on over here, but then I have to move it around and stuff to be able to put another piece on there. So you guys can see what's going on there, and you guys can see how we do all of these things. And again, make a campfire and a water still and a place to sleep and save on each island if you choose to. And remember, not every island is going to be the same, so just remember they may not all have the same things on them, but it would appear that a lot of the things do respawn, like the tarps and the corrugated metal and all that, because I cleaned this island up. And then all this stuff is back on here, so I don't know if the rocks and sticks will. It would appear that they don't, but don't quote me on that, because they used to, and maybe they decided to put that back in or something. I really don't know. Clay is going to be out there, so you can get in the water to get the clay and all of those kinds of things. So we are definitely going to be continuing this journey. We want to try to get off here. We want to try to get rescued. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you for joining me here. And until next time, you guys have a great day, and we will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.